Let's let the sound of this next bell take us to the deepest place within us. All right, welcome to Candyland. If you'll please join me in standing for our first couple of songs. The lyrics are on the screen over here, and our band is our house band, the What Else Is Possible Choir. Woohoo!
Sweet.
Sweet.
One, two, three.
I ask for beauty in myself. I ask for beauty
right. Friends, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste to our musicians, our choir. Blessings and love. Namaste to our tech team in the back, Gina, Matthew, Brian. Namaste to our love streamers. I'm so grateful for you. Namaste, Kat. I see you back there. Namaste, Kristen, holding the high watch. Namaste to you. And then as you take your seats, friends, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. Whatever devices you have. Oh, are you in the front row, Rick? Did you want me to? Dixie in the front row. Yeah, we got you a spot right here. Ooh, ooh. All right. Wow. Namaste, beloveds. Hello. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. It is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. And our reason for existence is we exist to raise the vibe, and we envision a joyful, happy world. Now we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I am impeccable with my word. I am impeccable with my word. And so it is. All right. And now we have our minister of the day, Reverend Wayne, who's going to come up. Yeah. And he's going to, he is going to offer you got to turn that on. He's going to offer a reading for us on the opening spiritual mind treatment. And as he prepares for that, let me help you out with this little power button here. All right, now it's ready, but I'm going to talk for a moment.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to just call your attention to the salmon-colored form that was in your program when you picked it up this morning. And if you didn't pick up a program, you can pick up a prayer request on the table over here to my left. Now, friends, if there is something that is weighing heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, like a new car or, whatever, we invite you to fill out this prayer request form, and you can place it in the offering basket at the end of the service, or you can fold it up afterwards and bring it over to the prayer request box. We have a community soul support team, which consists of 7 individuals who will pray over your prayer requests for the week. And this is our service to you. We love to pray. There's no prayer too big. There's no prayer too small. There's not too many. If you have 4, great, bring it on. We love to pray, don't we?
Absolutely.
All right, and so, and then if you come up with something as you're driving away and you go, oh, dang, I should have filled out a prayer request form. Hey, no problem. You can email us at info@awakeningways.org, and the prayer request will get forwarded to our soul support team. And Reverend Wayne is going to be available in Gumdrop Alley, he says, in the back here, on that side of Candyland over there. The prayer nook to the right when you walk out into the foyer. He's going to be available for 1-minute miracles. And these are, you're going to just, what do you really want to experience, right? What is it that you're seeking to experience as the result of prayer? And then he will pray, boom, he's great. So I encourage you to get prayer from Reverend Wayne. Again, it's his service to you, and it's free. It's something that we offer. Now, I want to also call your attention to our high watcher. So Kristen, practitioner emeritus, is up here in the front row, and she is holding the high watch for us, which is she's keeping that meditative space and knowing that the message and the music and everything is coming through exactly as it ought to be. So she's perfectly fine, just in meditation. All right, and now I will turn it over to Reverend Wayne. Thanks, Reverend Wayne.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nope.
This morning we are getting prayered up. That makes us prayerful. Today is the February the 1st. And it's also full moon in the fire sign of Leo. And today's message is from 365 Days of Living. I am established in right thinking, and no one can confuse me this day. Can I hear an amen? Aye. Because I believe that God is omnipresent as life, love, and wisdom, I now see these spiritual qualities alive in everyone with whom I live and work. Every individual in my world is a son of God, a creative expression of divine love. Each one offers to me only that which is good, creative, and true. All else is as nothing to me, for I know that I am established in a perfect mind where eternal peace is all in order and right action. There is no confusion, for God is the eternal peace of my soul. I see this within myself, and I seek this same peace within my fellow man. God within me and God within each one I meet it this day. All is good in my world. And so we know this truth to be reaching our soul's essence. And today's message not only invigorates us, fills us with love, light, peace, wisdom, and joy, we hear even more from Reverend Elizabeth and the four agreements. So we are necessarily and absolutely impeccable with our word. And during these 64 days of peace, we are at peace. There is no violence. There is only peace, and it comes from within. And today's music by Jimmy and the whatever else is possible group is more than possible. It's probable, it's accepting, it's wonderful, it's loving. And everyone here is filled with the light of God within them as it manifests through each word, thought, and action. And today, we release this knowing that it is true and the law will make it so, and so we say together, and so it is.
All I can say after that is, whatever. Everybody, please stand up. This song has 3 verses. They're all exactly the same. So by the third one, you should know the song. And if not, just dance. 1, 2, 3, 4. One heart, it's a decision, sets the intention to totally change a life. Small steps, keep it simple, walk in the path of spirit and mind. We all know that dreams come true. We visualize the part we want to play in creation. Everything we think or do is basically a symphony, a manifestation. Two hearts working together,
agreement to totally set things right. So strong, more than double, walk in the path of spirit and light. We all know that dreams come true. We visualize the part we want to play in creation. Everything we think or do is basically a symphony of manifestation. All hearts joining together, dreaming a world that's totally shining bright. One mind, holy purpose, walking the path of spirit and light. We all know that dreams come true. We visualize the part we want to play in creation. Everything we think or do is basically a symphony of manifestation. We all know that dreams come true. We visualize the part we want to play in creation. Everything we think or do is basically a symphony of manifestation. Activation. Manifestation is how we'll change the world.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. All right, you may be seated. Great. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Candyland. They have a either is it father-daughter, the mother-son sweetheart dance, and then next week is the father-daughter. So that's what you're seeing in here. It's kind of fun. We accept it as a joyful opportunity to celebrate. I love that song. I'm so grateful. It's February. Seems like, wow, it's finally February. January always seems so long, doesn't it? It's like the never-ending January, never-ending story. I love it, though. So, and this month, our new Seed of Awakening is agreements. It's all about agreements. And that word has been coming up more often than not in the last few months. And so that's how it made its way into our Seeds of Awakening for 2026. And so today is be impeccable with your word. Now, the conscious commitments that we make to ourselves and the universe that shape our reality, those are our agreements, all right? These are the conscious commitments we make to ourselves and the universe that shape our reality. Now, in the New Thought tradition, we recognize that our words, our thoughts, and actions are creative forces that are aligned with the divine mind. By embracing Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements, we are called to release old patterns of limitation, to release gossip, personal offense, assumption, and self-judgment. And instead, we get to awaken to impeccable integrity, personal sovereignty, clear perception, and joyful co-creation of a life of freedom and authenticity, spiritual alignment, right? And so that's what we're up to. Now, this seed actually invites us to plant intentions of truth, detachment, clarity, and excellence, and allow the divine potential to blossom through our conscious agreement with good. Who wants that? Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so here we are now. Oh, if you're like me, you probably read the Four Agreements many years ago. And it's so beautiful because it's like coming back to the basics. Four agreements, making it real simple, and so I love it. And thinking about being impeccable with our word is recognizing that it's not just about the word that we use for ourselves, it's our word with others, our word in the world. And that includes our opinions and judgments, what we're saying to our spiritual community, what we're saying to each other, and what we say to ourselves and what we say to our loved ones. It's all of that, right? And so it's such a great reminder for us, and also a great reminder, for me that we want to really be mindful of the words that we're speaking to other people. So it's easy to tell everybody how we feel about them or what our opinions are, right? Anybody have an opinion? I have an opinion about that wrinkly gummy bear right now. I'll tell you what. Sorry, gummy bear. Okay. Yes, right. But anyway, those opinions, right? Because what happens is people actually take in those opinions. Now, you can say, well, my consciousness is stronger than that, all you want. However, I will also share that it comes into your unconscious. And so whatever you're speaking, to our children, to our pets, to our loved ones in our homes, wherever we find ourselves, that's creating something. And that is a seed that is getting planted into the unconscious. And as Don Miguel shares with us, those seeds begin to sprout up. And so not like we're being superstitious, but mindful is the better word, right? We want to be mindful of what we speak about and think about, because that is what we bring about. And we get to choose what we want to bring about. I personally don't want to bring about lack, limitation. I don't want to bring about war and violence, And so what is the opposite of that? What my word that I'm speaking is creating something, yes? Our word creates worlds. Our word creates worlds. That's powerful. And sometimes we forget how powerful we are. Sometimes we forget. Now, this topic reminded me that we're always either coming from our unhealed past or our spiritual magnificence in wherever we find ourselves. That means that in every conversation, in every disagreement or whatever there may be, right, we're either coming from our unhealed past or our spiritual magnificence. Now, being impeccable with your word is a call to once again come into that place of your radiant spiritual magnificence, And what occurs to me is that at times we may be stressed, we may be undernourished, we may be, we may be tired, right? Tired, stressed. What is it? HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. When we experience those, we tend to react and make decisions or not make decisions, but our unconscious begins to move, and that's our shadow side, which is acting. Yes? You with me? All right, and so the call for us is to take care of ourselves, right? We need to get plenty of rest. We need to have our stress release and management, right? Whether that's exercise, meditation, or prayer, or whatever. And we need to be able to be around people, be in community, have sacred fellowship, get into a connection circle, sing in the choir, singing as a spiritual practice. The men's connection circle is coming up, the women's connection circle. There's class. There's so many opportunities for that fellowship, because that sense of loneliness is a sense that we might feel and isolate, and that is not good for our souls, right? We are human beings, and we have a need for connection, don't we? And so that's important and valuable. And then we've got to make sure we get plenty of rest. That's the opportunity to just turn our minds off and not have to think about the to-do list and not have to think about all of the other things processing, and the future and, what's happening next and all of that. We got to just be able to just be, don't we? And so that's the call for us, isn't it? That is the call. So in order for us to operate from our spiritual magnificence, we do things like get prayer from Reverend Wayne, or get prayer from Reverend Elizabeth during the week, or one of our licensed practitioners, or each other, The Spiritual Living in Prayer Circle. I didn't mention that one. That's a beautiful one. All of these opportunities for us to get into our spiritual practice so that we can come from a place of spiritual magnificence. Now, I'm talking to myself too, talking to myself always, right? So how do I ensure that I am making time for that? How am I making time for my meditation? We've got to schedule it in our schedules, or it just gets buried, doesn't it? We need to schedule time for ourselves into our schedules. And so that is a call. Now, I was reading this week also Florence Scovel Shin, and she's awesome. And she said that your word is your wand. I love that. Your word is your wand. Now, when we think of a wand, how many of you think of Harry Potter? I do, right? Expelliarmus. I don't even know what that means, but whatever. Casting spells, right? And he's all about that, right? So she's saying your word is your wand. That is beautiful. And so whatever we speak, we're speaking it into existence, And we don't need a wand. It's kind of fun to have a wand. Oh, maybe we all need wands. We need a wand-making class here, okay? But your word is your wand. And she shared a great story, which is that a woman came to her for a treatment for prosperity, and the woman had $2. That's all she had, $2. And Florence said, well, we're going to bless these $2. We bless the $2 and know that you have the magic purse of the Spirit, and it can never be depleted. As money goes out, immediately money comes in under grace in perfect ways. And I see it always crammed and jammed with money. Whoa, crammed and jammed with money is this Spirit purse. Yellow bills, green bills, pink checks, blue checks, white checks, gold, silver, currency. I see it bulging with abundance. And the woman replied, well, I feel my bag is heavy with money now. It's heavy. And she was so filled with faith that she gave Florence one of her $2 as a love offering. And now, check this out. Florence did not dare refuse it. She did not dare see lack for her, as it was important that Florence also held that picture of plenty. And so she accepted that dollar because it was plenty. Are you with me? Isn't that powerful? And so the giving and the receiving are equally important, right? So shortly after that, the woman was made a gift. Someone gave her a gift of $6,000. Now, fearless faith and the spoken word brought it to pass. Are you with me? Powerful. Your word is your wand, right? What are we thinking about? And then what we're doing here, every week is coming up with new ways to think. I'm not telling you what to think, but how to think. And hey, here's some ideas. You want to generate some prosperity in your life? Here's some affirmations. Here are some stories to think. Here's something for you to try on. Just try it on. It is really not going to be helpful for you at all if you don't try to practice it in your life. It's just me sharing a bunch of words, right? And so if you actually try it on and see how it works in your life, well, there you go. That's awesome. And the reminder for us is really that our imaging faculty is our creative faculty, right? So as we envision things, as we see it happening, as we name it, as we use our word to claim it into existence, we choose these words that bring a flash of the fulfillment of the demand or the command that we're making into the law. Oh, we can do that? Yes. Yes, absolutely. We are that powerful, my friends. Now, We don't want to force a picture by visualizing something specific, but let the divine idea flash, right? Let it flash into your conscious mind, and then the student is now working according to that divine design. Did you follow that? You get a flash of illumination, in other words, right? Everyone will have a different flash. Maybe you got one just then. But that is what we're really talking about. And it's that abracadabra I create with my word. You know, the magicians, right? They also have either a wand or they use their hands and they go, abracadabra. And they expect to see what they're abracadabraing about, right? That's not a word, but I just made it up. You know what I mean? Abracadabra means I create with my word. I create with my word. Now, this is what this is all about, right? So let's look at impeccability. What does impeccability mean? And so impeccability actually means without sin. Interesting, right? Without sin. Okay, so impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. And the M in impeccable means without. And so you put it together, and impeccable means without sin. Now, some of you may be going, well, we don't believe in sin. You're right. I'm not talking about the religious terminology for the word sin. I've always loved the science of mind definition, which is here in the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook. Doesn't matter which textbook you have, but page 633 in the glossary, Ernest Holmes says, "We have tried to show that there is no sin but a mistake, and no punishment but a consequence, the law of cause and effect. Sin is merely missing the mark. God does not punish sin. As we correct our mistakes, we forgive our own sins." Right? Thank you. That brings some clarity, yes? That brings some clarity. Now, really cool is that Don Miguel Reese also has something to say about sin on page 31 in our book of the month, The Four Agreements. He says, "A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself." Wow. I'll repeat that. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. So everything that you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin, which means it's missing the mark. It's not the truth, right? Now, we go against ourselves. When do we go against ourselves? When we judge, when we condemn, when we blame ourselves for anything. Does anybody do that in here? Anybody do that this morning? Right? Whenever we do that, we're going against ourselves. We're undermining ourselves, which is missing the mark. And we're missing the mark of truth. And the truth is that you're perfect exactly as you are. The truth is that God created you in its image and likeness, whatever you want to call it. God, spirit, source, divine, the truth, the way, the Tao, whatever it is you want to call it, that thing created you in its image and likeness. You have the power within you to create. The truth is that you are perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. The truth is that you have a divine blueprint. There is a pattern for health and wholeness within you that is seeking to be emerged. And so we can let go of sickness. We can let go of lack. We can let go of doubt. We can let go of fear and stand in the truth of who we are and who we came here to be. We can let go of our unhealed past and stand in that spiritual, radiant magnificence that we came here to be. It is our time to shine. Remember, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. Can I get an amen? Woo! Yes. All right. Thank you. All right. So being without sin. So being impeccable is not going against yourself. Wow, this is a great one to practice for this week because, we practice it and then it just sort of becomes the way we move through the world, yes? And being impeccable, again, is not going against yourself. So when you are impeccable, when I'm impeccable, when you're impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. Where's the good in that? You know? I don't feel bad enough about what I said. Now I'm going to judge myself and beat myself up. Well, put down the baseball bat. You're hurting my friend. Okay? Okay? We're done with that. That doesn't help, you know? And this reminded me of something I heard years ago, which is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. What does that mean? I'm going to say it again. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Whoever you're looking at and thinking, oh, they're this perfect image of everything, you know. Well, every saint has a past. Take them off of the pedestal, right? Because they also have a past. The saints are human also, in other words. Now, every sinner has a future. Is that what I said? Yeah. Every sinner has a future. That means it doesn't matter what you did or said or, you know, the thing that you think is so horrible and awful, like if they find out about this, that's it. None of that matters because a sinner, remember, is simply missing the mark, right? A sinner has missed the mark or a sinner has gone against themselves. They have a future, right? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you said or did something or behaved in a particular way that you're not so proud of. Of course, we want to behave in ways that we're proud of, right? So that as we move through the world, we don't have to come back. It's almost like we fall back and then have to catch up again, you know? Like the guru that was meditating out in India and something would happen. He was like super high spiritual vibration and he really he was there, right? And then something came in and took him off of his center and then he fell back and then he needed to start all over again from where he was. We don't need to do that. And ideally, you know, we get to this place where we know and we can be conscious in that awareness that it doesn't matter what's happening, and what matters is that I look back and I'm proud of how I handled it. But sometimes it just happens again. When we're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, stressed, and we fall off, right? But the good news is we can get right back up and do it again and recognize that, right? There's forgiveness. Spirit forgives. Spirit loves us. There's nothing to forgive anyway. Are you with me? All right, and so being impeccable with our word is the correct use of our energy. It means that we are using our energy in the direction of truth and love for ourselves, and as we do that, we're using it in the direction of truth and love for our community, our friends and family, and the world, right? All right, so your word is the power that you have to create, my friends, and so are your thoughts. You have the power. Our word creates worlds, and through our word, we express our creative power. So if this is our superpower, let's start to use it for good in the world, in our lives, for what we want to create, and in our communities, in our families, in our communities, in our cities, and in the whole world, right? Now, the word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. The word is a force. It is the power that you and I have to express, to communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in our lives. You can speak, and think about it. What other animal can speak? A parrot, right? I know parrots can, but what other animal on the planet can speak? The word is a force. Now, this is what I teach to foundational students and our practitioners, that when we use spiritual mind treatment, we are releasing our word into the law. Not words, because words are just a bunch of words, right? A bunch of words strung together to make a sentence, and then there are sentences strung together to make a paragraph or whatever, right? But we're not releasing our words. We're releasing our word. My word has power. And as I release my word into that loving and creative action of the law, boom, I'm dropping it in, expecting in full faith that it's made manifest. Are you with me? Yeah, powerful, right? And so your word is a force. Words are just words, but the word is a force. And so use the force, Luke. That's what we're called to do. Now, like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. And how do we destroy things around us? Gossip, triangulation, opinions without having the full perspective, right? Or we can use the word to create magic, to create beauty and love and bliss and wholeness. Who wants more of that? Right? Yes, thank you. Absolutely. Now, remember, we cast spells on each other with our word. We may not realize it, and this is something that Don Miguel Reese shares with us in the book of the month, the 4 Agreements. We cast spells on each other with our word. Can you imagine how we do that? Every human is like a magician. We can put a spell with our word, or we can release someone from a spell. Okay? We cast spells all the time with our opinions. We cast spells with our opinions because while we like to believe the opinion has come to me and come through me and returned back to the light from whence it came, there's a little part of it that landed somewhere in my unconscious, isn't there? Yeah, it's just the way it works, right? And so he used an example of someone who said to another, I see that kind of color in your face in people who are going to get cancer. And if the person listens to that word, and if they agree, speaking of agreements, if they agree, they will have cancer in less than a year. This is a quote from the book. Okay, so be impeccable with the words you speak to yourself and others. This is so powerful, isn't it? Now, whenever we hear an opinion and believe it, we make an agreement and it becomes a part of our belief system. Yeah. So let's just be mindful, right? We can be mindful and think about what we're creating with our word. I am creating with my word. Now, this reminded me of a statement I heard years ago, which was, be careful where you're headed, you just might get there. Right? Which is, we're steering the boat, right? We're creating as we go. We're creating everything as we go, and we're creating with our word. And so the words that I want to use, the words that I choose to use are empowering, powerful, creating an empowering vision for the future of my life, of the life of my husband and I and our family, and the life of Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, and the lives of everyone in this community and in the world. Yes, please, all of that and more. Yeah, sign me up, you know. Now, I'm going to share a story about the silenced voice. So once upon a time, there was a little girl with a beautiful voice who loved to sing. She sang with such joy that she moved and inspired everyone around her. One day she was in the kitchen, singing at the top of her lungs and feeling completely free. Her mother, who was exhausted from a long day and experiencing a splitting headache, walked in and snapped, "Quiet! You're ruining my peace. Your voice is terrible and loud." In that moment, the little girl's world was shattered. She believed her mother. She believed her and formed a new agreement. My voice is bad and I should never sing again. So she stopped singing and her joy vanished. She became fearful of speaking up, and as she grew older, she carried this fear into her life, rarely sharing her true thoughts or emotions. What? Isn't that a sad story? Oh, the why is this. Now, the spell was her mother's harsh words were a negative, fear-based spell that was cast on the child. And the agreement was that the girl adopted this opinion as truth, changing her reality. Now, being impeccable means not using words against oneself or others. If the mother had been impeccable, she would have said, "I have a headache, please sing softly," instead of destroying her daughter's joy in that way. Powerful, isn't that? And so let us be mindful and impeccable with our word. And one of the big ways we can do that is to also not gossip. Gossip is poison. Gossip is like a computer virus. It's catchy, and then it goes around and around, and it hurts. It hurts. Triangulation hurts. It hurts, right? So we're here for each other, with each other. And one of our first agreement for the month of February that we get to practice starting now. Remember, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. So maybe if you were gossiping this morning or last week, no problem. Start now, right? You start right now. We start where we are and practice it. We get to try this on and see how we feel when we are being impeccable with our word. Are you with me? Yeah. And now I love this. Here it is. Bless you. I love this idea of a mama ua noa. A mama ua noa is a saying in Hawaiian culture, meaning the taboo is lifted. So I invite you to repeat after me. A mama ua noa. A mama ua noa. Again, a mama ua noa. I know who I am from this moment forward, a mama ua noa. The taboo of illusion is dissolved into the native nothingness from whence it came, a mama ua noa. I am that I am, a mama ua noa. I am open and available to the magnificent good that Spirit has in store for me, a mama ua noa. Ernest Holmes observed it this way, good and more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. There is no limit to the good which is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. I experience it. It presses itself against me, flows through me, expresses itself in me, and multiplies itself around me. A mama ua noa. A mama ua noa. The taboo is lifted. That means that anything that I said or did in the past is lifted. I release, I release it. I let it go. A mama ua noa. I will no longer go against myself. A mama ua noa. A mama ua noa. I think we need t-shirts or hats. A mama ua noa. It's just an image that popped in. All right, friends, so our conclusion and call to action for this week is to be impeccable with your word. Don't use your word against yourself or anyone, just for the week. That's it. You can start again next week, right? And remember that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. And number 3, I invite you to cast spells of love and goodness this week with your thoughts and words. And afterwards, you can even say abracadabra, right? Abracadabra. And then lastly, I saw something that really touched my heart, and it was, if you're like me, you may or may not be, but my to-do list is very long, and it seems like I need to get more to-do lists. I have notepads of to-do lists, shopping lists, lists, right? Anybody else? Okay, thank you, right. Now, another invitation for us this week is to actually create an enjoy list. Create a list of things that you enjoy and add to that. Because we are here at this time on this planet in form to enjoy our lives, and we spend a whole lot of time doing. And so imagine and think about the things that you so enjoy. I think that gives us a good balance, yes? And I'm going to now invite our musicians to come up and prepare for our closing song. And as they do so, I invite you to join me in doing what I call the religious science shuffle, which is, shake it out, scratch your nose. That was cute, Jody. That's a good demo, yeah. Woo. Fluff your hair. Whatever it is you need to do. Yeah, stretch a little. And then sit up straight in your chair. Take a couple of deep breaths with me. Yeah. And close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes if that is comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can rest your gaze gently a few feet in front of you. And join me in returning to the beautiful, expansive space within. This is the space of my spiritual and radiant magnificence because it is the space of the divine. And in this place, I know that spirit is all that there is, all that there ever was, and all that there ever will be. And at this moment in time, as I turn my attention to that presence, to this presence, I know that I am one with it now, that it has birthed me into existence for such a time as this, to be all that I came here to be. And in that recognition, I identify with it. And in my identification, there's a merging. And so whatever I thought was a separate thing become one. And so in my mind, I know that there is one thing happening right here, right now. And that the divine intelligence, the same divine intelligence that created the cosmos, that causes this planet to rotate on its axis, and that causes us to orbit around the sun, and that causes our entire universe, the Milky Way galaxy, to be moving through space in a spiral upward and out. There's a revolution happening right now, right? So we are always becoming more of who we came here to be. That divine intelligence lives right within me and right within each one of us. And so when I say abracadabra, I create with my word, I'm pulling upon that divine intelligence that created the entire cosmos, not just the small me, the little Elizabeth. Who does she think she is? I get my bloated nothingness out of the way and connect with that power. There is a power and presence within us that is the Word, and the Word creates worlds. And so I allow myself to be that presence. I allow myself to create. I allow myself to move forward and out into my week, bringing love and joy to everyone I meet. Abracadabra. I create with my word, and I create the good that I want to see in my life. And it happens. And this is true for all of us. And I am so grateful because this beautiful vision comes to my mind, which is the vision of everyone living and moving and having their being in a universe that is working for them. All of us. And we move through our lives happy. It's like, wow, the recognition and realization, and this stuff actually works. It works. I'm demonstrating it in my life. How does it get any better than this? I am so grateful for the revelation. I know that everyone watching and listening in the room or listening and viewing on video now or in the future has experienced a shift. We are shifted, lifted, and gifted. And something wonderful is happening right now. It is God, Spirit, divine. And it is so good. And I am so grateful as I release my word into the loving and creative action of the law, where I know it is created and it flourishes and blooms into the mighty, magnificent good that I wish to see in the world right now. And so it is. Yeah. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Take it away.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When I realize I'm already home, then I can release my soul and share without fear what's so very clear, that God wants my happiness. So let go and let God show me my happiness. 'Cause God creates it for me. When I do what I love, it comes from above and brings joy and happiness. Praise God, 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 praise God. And now I see.
Wow. Yes. Yes. Woo. Yes. Beautiful. All right. Wow. Thank you. Woo. God bumps all over. All right. It's now time for our conscious giving. If the ushers will please come forward. Awesome. Thank you so much. Our ushers for today are Gina DiGirolamo and Jen. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for you all. My friends, if this service has inspired you in any way, I invite you to please consider making a donation to our community towards our operating expenses. And if you're viewing us on the Love Stream, you can make your donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. If you're in the room and happen to forget your checkbook or cash, on the back of your program, we have a QR code that you can scan with your phone and make your donation that way. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use your card just one time. And for everyone, I invite you to please take your gift or your hand and place it over your heart. We have a giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
God is
My source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need.
Our needs are fulfilled with joyous expectation, aliveness, a gratefulness, a sincerity that moves through each cell of our body in harmonious experience of our life experience. And so we accept these gifts for the highest and the best good for all concerned. And so we release this into the law, knowing that it is done so. And so we say together, and so it is.
Woo! All right, thank you. I'll take that. And now it's time for our children and our youth leader to come on in. Sonia, let's give them a little, that's after them. It's okay. Yay! Hi, Archie. Hi. What's your name? Xander. All right, here you go. Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Come
Good
on up in the
morning.
front here. There you go. Good morning.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, so 3 of the best kids in the world. We have Xander, Alani, and Archie.
Yay!
And so today, we thought play was very important, because it really is. So we made up a game where we had to look at positive thoughts, and it took us 77 positive thoughts to get to the playground. So for every step, for every positive thought, we got to take a step. So really amazing, amazing, amazing kids. So we have a couple of affirmations today, and we are brave. So Alani has our first one.
We can do anything.
Ready for yours? God protects me.
God protects me.
I'm an amazing Archie. Oh, I listen well.
I listen well.
Amazing Archie, amazing Alani, and amazing Xander. Thank you guys. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Wow. They are impeccable with their word, right? Yeah. And now it's time for our announcements angel. Kat Alisi, thank you so much. Come on up, friend. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome.
I was so eager to do the announcements. I interrupted Reverend Elizabeth. I apologize. So, announcements for February 1st, 2026. Calling all men. The Men's Connection Circle is this Monday, February 2nd. That's tomorrow, 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Awakening Center office, Suite 101, a supportive space for spiritual discussion, reflection, and brotherhood. All are welcome. Come connect and grow. This Thursday and every Thursday this month from 12 to 1, join Reverend Elizabeth for a thoughtful and heart-centered book study exploring our book of the month, The Four Agreements, by Don Miguel Ruiz. Whether you join for the full series or attend a single session, you are welcome just as you are. No prior experience or background is required. $75 for the full series or $20 per drop-in session. Reverend Elizabeth is facilitating Money Mastery, a year-long pop-up course held on the last Tuesday of each month from 6 to 7 p.m. on Zoom, beginning Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. Grounded in the truth that consciousness is the cause, this sacred monthly gathering invites you to shift the beliefs, patterns, and awareness shaping your financial reality. The investment is $200 for the year, just $16.70 per transformative class. Payment plans are available. Missed the first class? No problem. Once signed up, Reverend Elizabeth will send you the recording for the first class to get you caught up. So there's still time. Join us. The Women's Connection Circle meets on Thursday, February 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the center. See Reverend Elizabeth if you have questions. The Season for Peace and Nonviolence began on Friday and will go until April 4th. This 64-day time period represents the lives of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. The purpose is to promote nonviolence in powerful ways to heal, transform, and empower communities. Sign up for a special daily email message from Reverend Elizabeth to keep you grounded and inspired daily. Please mark your calendars for our annual visit from the one, the only Daniel Namad. Woo! I love his music. He'll deliver the music and message on Sunday, February 15th, followed by a potluck, then a concert. You can purchase your concert tickets today at the book table today. Angel tickets are also available. February Echo Meal is scheduled for Thursday, February 26th, and you can make a difference by signing up to make a meal, help, serve, or both. The sign-up sheet is on the book table in back. Don't forget to pick up a spiritual bingo card and check off squares as you attend events, classes, and gatherings at Awakening Ways. Once you get a bingo, write your name on the card and turn it in at the info table to be entered to win $100. Please visit the back tables and make sure you signed up for the events and weekly emails so you won't miss out on our wonderful community fellowship opportunities. And you can also share our events with others by taking some of the small half-sheet flyers and posting them at your favorite coffee shop or gathering places to help spread the word on all the good we are up to here. So please grab a few from the back table. Visit the book table today for essential reading materials, including the Book of the Year, the Book of the Month, and the monthly Science of Mind magazine. Lastly, please join me in giving a big shout out to all of our volunteers and staff who make this possible. Woohoo!
I love that. Thank you, Kat. All right, my friends, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. Hi. Quiche Lorraine, did you make that? Wow. All right, my friends. Yeah, let's go that way a little bit. Follow Kat, follow the leader. There we go. Perfect. All right, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that you ever need do is turn within. And it is here you will find you are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I express it. I believe it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
May I be
Filled with love